go to USA and you understand that why are they talking like that? They should talk like that. Why are they using like past simple instead of present perfect? They should be present perfect. So
what is the difference between young learners and adults?
Adults.
And how did you motivate yourself, if you remember?
Yeah, so teach me, give me some material, I will do no homework, so just I'm sitting here and you should do something for more than 25 years currently. Yeah, so great period of
yeah.
So I'm a fan of grammar. But of course you should learn the vocabulary. That just I see you like this percentages. Yeah, so maybe it will be so quantity goes into quality.
Hello, Margarita. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And first question, could you introduce yourself? Tell my audience who you are, what you do, and where are you from?
Okay, so my name is Margarita. Some years ago, I moved from the north of Russia to central Russia. And here I started my career in international industrial companies. So along with that, I've been teaching English for more than 13 years. And so far for 2 years, I'm a co-owner of the school I left, LingvaFlavor. And our school operates all over the world. And I really distinctly feel that my commitment is to deliver this knowledge, highly valuable knowledge of languages, comprehensive knowledge of languages, and of course, arranging of all this smooth ongoing processes connected with our online school. So,
okay.
That is.
You mentioned about your company, and I would like to know more about your company. And first question for this topic. Your company name is LingvaFlavor, right?
Yeah, right. That is.
What does it mean?
So you see, generally everybody of us is keen on some really valuable and good things like delicious food, good quality clothes, excellent service, and so on. And this conception of the name implies lingva is the first part, it's language itself. And lingva, so this part of the word means that flavor, I'm sorry, flavor means that really great interest, great taste of the knowledge that you get and challenge in language learning. So our conception really consists of these two parts.
Okay. How long ago did you establish this school?
So the school was established about 12 years ago. It started as a blog, online blog. So it contained a variety of articles about some kind of intricacies, maybe language learning, some tips about how to learn the language, about countries, about some traditions. So all these tips and articles facilitated the knowledge, facilitated to learning. So facilitated learning of English and other languages by our learners.
Okay. So, yeah, I got it. How did this idea for this school come about? I mean, to establish this school?
So the thing is that about 10 years and more, so online education was not so popular, and it seemed really an innovative product. And all this job that we arranged with foreign teachers from abroad, it seemed like a real breakthrough. So that time, and this blog, it was also kind of innovation to present all these articles on the topic and so on. So, and currently in our world, powered by digital technology, so this gained like tremendous popularity, and now it's of great importance, really, this online sphere.
Okay. Why did you create this school?
So really, school was created by one of our colleagues. She's a very talented girl, and having all this knowledge and her organizational experience in such kind of things, she arranged this platform. And it's really, it was a kind of sharing experience with others. It started just from 2-3 teachers, and then came into that is now. So these initial steps made a solid basis for our online school and for perception of us like high, maybe not high exclusive, but high quality school, and that is. So all thanks to our colleagues. So she started that. So as I said, started from the blog, from the very beginning.
Yeah, you are co-founder, right?
Yeah, now I'm co-founder of the school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How many teachers do you have, and what languages do you teach? I mean, the whole school.
So about the languages, so we teach 9 languages. So basic languages, it's English, German, French, Spanish, Italian, Turkish, Arabic, Korean, Chinese. And also we teach not so common languages. We teach foreign students to speak Russian. So it's Russian like a foreign language. So, and over 25 teachers are there now, and they're always at your service, trying to provide all this excellent service and lessons of utmost quality for your further getting skills and so on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. How do you select teachers?
So it's like a tricky question. So because basically we choose teachers in terms of their like honesty, flexibility. So in terms of some maybe human qualities. So but there is more prosaic side. So they undergo a really strict interview, and we ask really harsh questions, and we challenge their qualifications, so give them different tasks, and it's a kind of, they give us kind of free lesson, and we understand, so can they contribute to image of our school, and that way we take them on, so we employ them to teach.
Yeah. Are you focusing on the only Russian learners, or do you have any maybe foreign languages, I mean students?
So really, no, we are not focused on Russian pure students, because as you can see that our site domain is com, and that's why it's in every type of searching machines like Google and so on. And we have a great amount of students from other countries, from Europe, from USA, from some kind of other countries. So really, all they come to us and ask to upgrade their level, or just to pass some kind of examination. So a lot of countries are involved in this process, really.
Okay, thank you. How is your school different from other similar school?
Really, what I can say about this, so sometimes I'm asked these questions on a variety of different interviews and so on, but really our school is not so big, so, and it's not maybe so much different from other schools, but the main difference is that our teachers are very qualified, and they can express their creativity in our blog. So that's the first like advantage. So they can base their lessons on their own articles. So, and of course, we're all as one big family, and they're getting more and more qualifications, and they're getting more and more knowledge, so to put into their students' heads. So, and these high qualifications lead to kind of smooth organizational processes in all this educational process. So, for example, if you have a real experienced teacher, but the process of educational process is not arranged, so it will give no result. So that is, so, and that's why we pay attention to every sphere to marketing analysis, to pricing, to quality of our lessons, the qualifications of our teachers, and we try to deliver the best, of course. So it's our commitment.
Okay. Do you prepare students for IELTS? And if yes, what is the highest score scored by your students?
Okay, so currently requests for exams, they prevail over some other requests, and of course IELTS is among these examinations that are highly requested, they're in demand nowadays. So, and the bands of our students starts from 7, so it mostly depends on the time devoted by a student to this preparation in general. So in some cases it reaches 8.5, 9, so 9. So, and from my point of view, like exam is the best way to confirm your knowledge, to get this like certificate to see. So it mostly depends on how much time the student provides for this learning. So that is.
Okay. Let's move on to the next huge topic about learning English. And you mentioned that you are not only co-founder, but you are at the same time work as a teacher, right?
Yeah. So as a teacher later, so both this, yeah.
I'm curious about your experience, about your opinion about some different question. And first question of this topic: how long have you been teaching English?
So I've been teaching English for about 13 years, and simultaneously I've been learning by myself for more than 25 years currently. Yeah, so great period of
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, how do you motivate your students to learn English, and how did you motivate yourself, if you remember?
Yeah, so of course I remember that, but I think you'll be not so glad with my answer because motivation is really a controversial issue, and my students are really on my wavelengths. So result is their motivation. So be it a trip or be it immigration or be it some kind of just jolly time spending. So I try not to work with these motivation seekers, just that come and say, teach me, I will do nothing. So teach me, give me some material, I will do no homework. So just I'm sitting here and you should do something. So yeah, and talking about me, so I'm really rather diligent and goal-oriented person, and I've passed a lot of exams like FCE, CAE, SP for proficiency level, IELTS for many times, and so on, TOEFL, so all these examinations. And for me, it's a band. For me, motivation is a band. It's a confirmation of my knowledge. And of course, I've got some, so really this sphere of my work is not my basic one. So basically I export the equipment into other countries. So, all this knowledge gained here in this sphere helps me to work in my basic sphere, in exporting this equipment, in negotiations with my clients. So I think motivation can't be higher.
Yeah,
So that
exactly. What is the difference between young learners and adults?
Adults,
Adults.
adults,
Adults.
adults.
You like potato,
And you like potato,
you like tomato,
and you like tomato,
potato,
potato,
tomato.
tomato. Let's call the whole thing officially on.
In British English, this is normally said as adult, with an emphasis on the first syllable, on the A syllable. So it's an A with an A sound, adult. In American English, however, it is normally said as adult. Instead of an A sound, we're having here an A sound and an emphasis on the second syllable, adult. Adult in American English versus adult in British English. Did you get it?
So really, our school mostly teaches adults, and it's a special term. It was coined by, as I remember, a German teacher in far 1833. It's Cap, so Alexander Cap, and its term is andragogy. It's so we have pedagogy and we have andragogy. It's teaching of adults. So further it was developed, and some basic principles are that adults mostly respond to internal motivators rather than external. So they should have some internal things on why I should learn the language. So they should know the reason and exact practical implementation of all their lessons, of why are they doing this, how they can apply into their careers, as I mentioned before. So I apply my language in my career, so that is. And furthermore, of course, adults pay for themselves and they're responsible for their decisions, for their learning, and their education is a kind of more problem-centered rather than content-oriented. And in this way, children, of course, we teach children also, but they make some minor part of our students, and they're generally interested in grades. So to get like some motivation from their parents, to get some money if they do good, and of course, praise. So getting some positive words and positive feedback from the teacher and from the parents. So
Okay.
that's the difference.
Okay, I see. Why is it difficult to learn foreign language?
So really, it's difficult to learn anything new. We can't refer only to foreign language, and we sometimes lazy. We lack practice. We lack free time. So in other cases, it's not a matter of importance. So we know we don't devote much time to this. So and I've had a lot of students during all these years, and some of them just maybe we were getting ready for some kind of a trip, and then borders closed, so no motivation, no lessons. So that is, and it's difficult for them to start learning again. So that is, so the main, I think the main difficulty is just your will, your motivation, and what for are you doing this or that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Next question. What sort of material would you recommend use to the student?
Mhm. So today, widest range of materials is available. So variety of books, classical literature, live talks, podcasts. So listening to variety of shows like IELTS, like Ellen Show, for example, TED Talks, one of my favorite things to listen and get some knowledge from. So a variety of speaking clubs, and they're all free now. So on basically in every school, on all educational website. So I recommend really using as much as possible. So as much as possible, depending on your final aim. So, and of course, I always recommend to get some teacher. So just maybe once a week, just to help you understand all these difficulties, all these complications on how to use this, how to use that. So that is what you should do.
Okay. Grammar or vocabulary? Which one is important and why?
So in this way, I say that both aspects are equally important. But nevertheless, if you're studying English just for some basic communication, for example, you want to travel, of course, vocabulary goes first. But for some kind of exams, for formal negotiations and all this related communication, of course, a combination of skills is required. So I'm a fan of grammar. I'm a fan of grammar, but of course you should learn the vocabulary. But grammar is good, should be learned, should be paid attention to.
If you try to count the percentage of the vocabulary and grammar, it will be 50-50.
I think vocabulary will get the most part, because if you can't achieve so some level of vocabulary, you can't speak properly. So of course you can construct some basic sentences like I go to work, so I'm sitting here and so on. I think, yeah, in percentage, I think vocabulary should take more. So about maybe 70%.
Okay, thank you. How can learners improve their grammar and vocabulary?
So here everything is simple, really. First and foremost comes practice. So this vital principle that we have it in Russian also, in all things that we're doing, so starting from sport, language, so every kind of sphere. So quantity goes into quality. If you do one exercise, or if you do 30 exercises, you will face totally different results. Of course, speaking is always good when you just speak and try to practice all these word combinations and try to listen to what your partner says to you. But you should be sure that you have this like basis of grammar, of vocabulary. So that's where you're learning. So learning and for a long time and using a variety of grammar books. So making some templates for your speeches, for everything. So for your writings, so for anything.
Okay. How can learners improve their speaking abilities?
So speaking abilities are usually based on what I've previously mentioned, basic grammar, listening, of course. So when you listen, you get patterns of speech of other person and helps you to move forward. And unsurprisingly, natural talent also means. So some people speak better, it's undeniable. So we can't, it's undoubtable. So we can't tell some other things about that. But generally, how to improve? Try to learn new words every day. So mostly not words, but maybe collocations, some sentences. So try to learn the natural flow of English, where we should put stress, what is linking, what words we should use to start the sentence, what we should use in the end of the sentence. But again, all this is just books, books and practicing. Try to speak English in the variety of places. So my students always talk to their friends, so from abroad and so on. It really helps them. Try to tell some stories in English. So now, again, reading is like some kind of matter of importance, and a lot of people read. So, and some of my students, they retell books they're reading, and they say that it helps them much. So, of course, you can get some apps on your phone, like apps for grammar, apps for getting new words. Again, I will mention visiting speaking clubs. So, but it depends on the person. For example, I now study German, and I don't want to attend this kind of speaking clubs. I studied with different apps, something like that, and books and my teacher. And of course, watching films. So watching films, it really gives you some kind of natural patterns. So you can download subtitles in these films, watch some videos from the, again, already mentioned shows like Ellen Show and so on. So it's fluent and natural speech. So here you get some things that you can use in your speaking, so as your not only your like close friends or relatives can understand you, your teacher, so that everybody can understand you. So that is, yeah, you should you should come to natives in some kind of a way. So yeah.
You mentioned use films and subtitles. And what kind of subtitles should use students? I mean, the only English, or I mean target languages or native languages? What kind of?
Really, when you just on your like on the point of starting to learn, so you can really use just some simplified subtitles, like maybe not of a native speaker, and maybe even sometimes you can. So I watched a kind of a film that implied that subtitles are underlined. So they underline the words they said. Maybe such kind of things can help really. And always try to put pause. For example, if you don't understand something, so just stop the video, read, and watch it again. But it's of course it's for starters. So if you are on the level like upper intermediate and above, so advanced like proficiency level, so of course that's way no subtitles should be used here. So you just watch and try to listen what they say, or just some like advanced subtitles. So speakers, yeah, or even with some kind of slang. So as you know, we have some films translated in a variety of ways. So by the native, by the person who knows a lot of slang matters, and so this way it's some kind of tricky to watch these things.
Yeah, I got it. Is it possible to learn a foreign language without going abroad?
Now it's possible. So really online educational projects are so developed that it's they provide anybody these opportunities to learn. And nowadays at school, so these language abilities are developed, and even small children. I have a boy of 5, and he speaks fluently some. He can speak fluently about some issues, about the weather, about animals, about some products. So that is just basic knowledge. He visits on English school for like 2 times a week, so it's not a problem. So, and of course, try to read some classic literature of good authors. Try to watch more English movies, TV shows, and of course, speaking more. So because I remember my first trip to Finland. So I was studying in school, and I clearly remember this, that I couldn't construct a sentence on the border. So that was really funny, because I knew everything, and I knew all the grammar, and for that time I've already passed the FC examination, but I could say nothing because it was a natural speech, and I could get what they want from me. And that when, of course, so in that way you can get some constructions from the variety of countries. But then I understood that in every country, people speak differently. So of course, when you come to UK, so you get this like classical, great language, and you understand all what they said. Then you go to USA, and you understand that why are they talking like that? They should talk like that. Why are they using like past simple instead of present perfect? They should be present perfect. So some kind of things like that. Or when you go to Spain, for example, some things are clear. So it's good, it's really good, and then you hear some other words and they mix this and they got this like Spanglish. So that is of course it's possible, but in every place you will get some not so typical things to deal with.
Is it possible to learn a foreign language in 6 months?
No, so what I can say, generally no, of course, but nonetheless, it depends on mostly on what meaning is put in that phrase, like learn language. So some basics are possible, some level is possible, but not all the language. Russian is my native language and my mother tongue, as it should be said. And my English level is C2, it's close to native speaker. And I can't say that I've learned Russian or I've learned English. So learning language is a continuous process. It requires years of efforts. So, and for now, really, we can meet word in Russian and we don't know what what it means. So we'll go to a dictionary or to Yandex search somewhere, try to find what does it mean.
Okay,
So that is.
let me clarify this these terms. In order to, to learn a foreign language, I mean, to speak with native speakers, to understand the some news, to read some newspapers. I don't know, to send the letters to authorities. I don't know, to listen to some podcasts, radios. Is it possible, right?
Yeah,
kind of B2.
Oh, yeah, that's possible, but it mostly depends on the students, so not on the teacher. So a teacher can give you 10 lessons a week and you do nothing, and so no result will be visible. So, but in general, it's possible. So on this level, that's possible to write something, to understand something, so to meet up some general requirements on speech.
Okay. The last question of this topic. Guarantee of teaching. Do you give some guarantee before you start teaching someone?
Of course, we're giving some guarantees. So first, we give a free trial lesson. So here you can understand, is the teacher's approach good for you, or maybe not so good in terms of your maybe interpersonal communication. So then we guarantee some initial results in your learning within 5 lessons. So if no, of course, we try to change the teacher, first of all. So because I'm really confident in all of my teachers and they teach really well. So, and this, our approach, so free trial, changing of teachers, so maybe providing some more information on the basics you can get, or maybe clarification of your level and so on. So our approach involves undeniable guarantees. So if you come to our school, you're confident that you get what you want. So that is.
Okay, I would like to count again. I think the learning process, like the equilibrium between effort between the students and the teacher, right? And if you count the effort, it will be like 50-50% or not?
Mostly it's a work of student anyway. So teacher plays a great role, but again, if we have some percentages, I see you like this percentages. Yeah, so maybe it will be about like 60, or let it tell so 65%. So it's students' work, and all others is teachers' work. So can be so this balance, so this delicate balance between your study and what the teacher gives you. Yeah.
It was the last question of this topic. Would you like to add something to the at the end of this video?
I don't know, just I give advice to everybody to study languages. So if you have a possibility and if you have time, just try learning. I don't recommend just go only to our school. No, so it's quite a quite a matter of your choice where to go and how to study. But in general, so it's really a matter that develops yourself as a person, gives you new maybe emotions, new connections, new like just bright things in your life. So do this. So if you have a chance, don't miss it.
Okay.
So
okay.
On this great.
Anyway,
let's finish.
Yeah. I will put the link of your Instagram, of your main website. If people want to visit, they will do it. Okay, thank you for this wonderful conversation, and I hope you will develop, our company will develop, and everything will be all right.
Yeah, hope for mutually beneficial cooperation in this project.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. Yeah, bye.